So tomorrow, today onwards, we are starting interactive reports. Okay. Second, this is a second way of reporting, just to enhance of classical report, we can say here. Is it visible?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
sir.
Yeah. First, we'll understand what is interactive report. Okay. So displaying the basic information on the basic list and the detailed information in the secondary list is called interactive report. So why we need these kind of reports, like some table having 25, 30, 35 fields of the information, and the client want all the 35, 40 fields of information to be displayed on the report. But they're mainly checking for three things, like suppose how many sales is performed, what is the total amount, what is the net amount, what is the quantity, and what is the sales order, or some example sales order, and what is the quantity, and what is the total amount. They wanted to check these three things high level. If they have a chance to check in detail, they wanted to check remaining 30 fields or 35 fields for that particular sales order. In this kind of scenario, they requested for interactive reports. Like they don't want to see all the 30, 35 fields on the main screen, because scrolling left and right, up and down is very difficult. Okay. So basically they are asking us to create the report for saving their time. Okay. Otherwise they would have checked in SC16 or SC11. They can see the data information because we have a tables and all, right? So interactive report, always we create the basic information on the basic list, like 3 fields, 4 fields on the basic list. Whenever you open that sales order or purchase order in the secondary list, we can see the detailed view, like how many fields we wanted to see in the second view, on third view, fourth, fifth. Like that, we can create 20 views from starting to end. Total we call as a 21 list we can create in the interactive reports. In SAP, there are 21 lists, out of which first one is called as a basic list. Remaining we call as a secondary list. First list starting from 0, and second is list starting from 1 to 20. Basic one is 0. Remaining we call as a secondary list. So secondary started from 1 to 20. So here 20 plus 0, total it will be 21 list. Count wise is 21. Range wise it is 0 to 20. Okay. So this many reports we can create in the interactive reports. So we have 4 events here: at line selection, at user command, at PF status, top of page during line selection. Similar to classical report. Classical report, we have 11 events, which we already executed in the previous report. Now here we have 4 events. So 4 events means it. We can also write these events in the classical report. Together we can use the events. Classical reports are the basic reports. So we should use at least we can use those 11 events only if it is a classical report. If you wanted to implement interactive reports, we can use this event along with classical report events also. Those are all the basic events for every report. Additionally, we will use in this any one of this event in the interactive level. So at line selection, at user command, at PF status, top of tail during lines, we'll see one by one. At line selection. Okay, so this event will trigger whenever the user double click on the any list line. Okay, here list line means when output comes, like I have 20 entries we displayed from student table example. 20 students information we displayed. Okay, 13 every record. Okay, or every line we call as the list line on the output screen. Okay, you can double click anywhere in the list line. Automatically, it will go to the second report based on the first report list line, wherever we double click. That is the input for the second list always. The event is at line selection. This is a syntax. So based on the list line double click, it will go to the second list. And when it comes to at user command, so this event will trigger when our users clicks on any custom buttons of the GUI. Okay, custom buttons we can create in the menu bar. Okay, function keys we can create the buttons, or application toolbar we can create the buttons. So based on the button clicks, it will go to the next report. In previous event, based on the list clicks, okay, list line clicks. If you double click on the list line, it will go to the next report. When it comes to here, if you click on the buttons in the menu bar or standard toolbar or application toolbar, then it will go to the next report. Our event is at user command. Okay. The next one at PF status. Here no buttons, no list line, only shortcuts. If you click on function keys F1, F2, F3, F4 in the keyboard level, it will go to the next report. Okay, initially they designed from F1 to F24 when software was built, but in our current systems, in our current machines, we are not getting those many function keys, right? We are getting F1 to F12 only. Okay, but till F24 it will work still in ABAP level, but in our laptop or desktops we have only F1 to F12. So F13 again it will be started from F1. Okay, F1 and F2 is considered as F14. Like that again, you can consider say F1 to F12 as a twice. It will become F24. Function keys will work for this report. Here event is RTF. RTF 1 or 2, 3, 4 we have to mention. So by using these three events, we can call the secondary list. Last one, top of page during line selection. So top of page we already see in the classical report. That is for displaying the heading of the heading information. But in this interactive report, we have 21 lists. For each and every report, we can't create top of the page. Top of the page will trigger only once, because all these 21 lists can be created in the single program. In single program, only one top of page can be used. Okay, that is why we are not able to create headings for remaining secondary lists. But using this top of page during line selection, because we are selecting the line, right, to go to the second view, third view, fourth view and all. So that time we can write some condition and we can create headings for each and every page individually. For that purpose, we are using this event top of page during line selection. In all these four events, we have two techniques in interactive report. We can use those techniques to calling the remaining secondary list, either hide technique or get cursor technique. Okay, so hide technique and get cursor, I will tell you what is the functionality of this. So it is a keyword. Hide is a keyword which is used to store the data into temporary memory call as a hide area we call. Suppose whenever we call the first list, 20 list I was given, I give the example as it was student report, right? 20 records are displaying on the output screen. Whenever you double click on 16 student example, so based on the 16 student, next information will display. So 16 is the input for second view. So when 16 is input for second view, that 16 value should be transferred to second view logic wherever we implement in the report level. How this 16 will be transferred using this hide technique, it will be transferred. So when we display the first basic report, all 20 records will store in this hide memory, temporary memory. So whenever you double click on line number 16, okay, so that time hide will call whatever it is stored in line number 16. It's not exactly student number 16. It might be student number 35 also. Okay, it might be student number 1000 also, line number 16. Line number 16 is different, student number 16 is different. Okay, in Excel, example in Excel, you have 20 records, but student number, it may be alternative. Student number 1, after student number 7 is there, after student number 9 is there. After student number 9, you might have 35. After that, you might have alternative numbers. Total is 20 records. Okay, record wise 16 line number is different. Student number wise 16 is different. Okay, hide will work based on the line numbers, not the based on the value. So you might click on line number 16 where student number having some value. That student number value will transfer to secondary list. So hide will work based on the list line. Okay, the whole record will move to secondary report, and whatever the value we want, we can use that in the secondary report input, and we can read the data and we can display in the secondary list. If you go here, hide technique, get cursor. So this will work based on the cursor, not based on the memory. Okay, once output will come, we have the mouse cursor, right? You're also able to see this mouse cursor. So wherever you place this mouse cursor, that particular field and the background value. Suppose student number is the field. So what will be the field name? Work area hyphen student number. That is a field name in output scenario. That will capture and the value of the student. It will, suppose I click on 35 student, 35 is the value. Work area, STO, arrow mark, SNO is the field. The both will be captured using get cursor here. Field is the technical field name and field value is the value which is present on the screen level. Both will transfer to secondary port. Using these values, we can display the secondary output. Okay, so this is the last page. Now we'll write the report for to see here. Outline selection. Okay, we'll use outline selection. IR means interactive report. We can write here sales order information. Okay, sales orders. Okay, click on create sales orders. Type executive program. Any queries as of now? Save in the package and transport. Hello.
Yeah, Kishore, continue. Yeah, we are following.
No queries. Okay. No standard page heading. Okay. So now we are creating sales orders. Okay. Sales order basic information is from sales order master table. Detail items from the sales order item table. And if you want to see material information, also we'll have the chart report. We are going to create 3 lists in this report. Okay. First one is the sales order header information. I'm just creating one heading structure for header table, sales order header table, VBAK. Okay. So in this table, I'm selecting client, sales document, division, sales group, sales office, net amount, how much, what is the total amount paid by the customer, name of the person who created. Only I just want this basic information. Okay. Here I'm just creating structure. This we already discussed, the basic report. Whatever I'm creating, I'm just directly creating because we wrote multiple reports with this syntaxes and all. Okay. Selection screen. Begin of block A with frame title. Text 001. Selection screen. End of block A. Okay. Here I'm just giving input as a sales order. Select options. S underscore VBLN. VBLN is the sales order field. It's the primary key of in this table. VBLN for work area. VBLN. We have to create internal table and work area. Those can be created here. Okay. IT underscore VBAK type table of TY underscore VBAK. Work area VBAK type TY underscore VBAK. We have a structure concept right here. This is a structure. If there is a structure, we have to create internal table and work area with reference of structure. If there is no structure, we can directly create with VBAK table. Okay. Work area work area hyphen VBAK VBLN. That is a reference. Save. activate. So why we are using sales order in the select options? We can display multiple sales orders at a time. Okay, that is why I selected as a select option. Save this with the dictionary reference. Sales document will come. Text symbols 001 sales orders. Okay, just activate. That is the title of the block selection block. Okay, execute. You can see here sales order block name and sales document is the select options. So range values we can provide here. Okay, we can also add multiple filters here. Okay, from VBAK table we can add multiple filters. If you wanted to add multiple filters, we can add. You can go to this VBAK table, go to the contents, and remove this 200. Execute. We have thousands of entries in this table. Yeah, we have 10,742 entries. So here you can see date we have 22/01/1997. We have 22 is there, 24, 27. Let me do the descending order. Okay, so we have sales order for this month also. 24th, we have 4 sales orders. Okay, I'll check in item table also. We have any item data for this sales orders. The item table is VBAP. So this is the sales document. I'm just checking whether we can implement report for these tables or other tables. Okay. No table entries. Only one item we have. 94, 90. Only one item is coming. We'll go with the old dates only, no problem. Okay, we open here 22. These are all sample data case. That is why it is showing 1997 and all. Okay, here we have 4 items. We can use this table to display. Okay. So this date I'll use. Date also we can add as a filter if you want. Created on. Okay, ERDAT. This is a date on which record was created. ERDAT. We can write this as also condition. Okay. Here ERDAT work area VBRK ERDAT. So it will show this field is not available here. It's called no component because we didn't write here. Okay, so 2 fields we added. Activated. Go to text elements, selection text. Select this as well. Will get created on activate. If you want to filter the data based on the sales orders, we can mention the sales orders or created data also we can filter. Okay. If you want only particular date, then we should convert this as a parameter. Now currently also we can give the 1 year range, 2 years range or 3 years range. Ranges also we can give. Okay. So now after this, what we're supposed to write? We have to write start of selection to read the data. Then select query. Select star. Star is required. We have the structure concept. We should mention all the fields here. Press Alt in the keyboard and select the columns. Right click and copy. Control V. Paste here. Okay. From VBAK table into table IT underscore VBAK. We have internal table and where condition where VBELN in S underscore VBLN and ERDAT in S underscore ERDAT. Okay, two parameters conditions. Okay, so both conditions are passed in this table. Okay, it's not mandatory you have to select both fields on the screen because it's an in option. If you are not selecting, it will consider all the fields. Okay, so then end of selection we used to write, but it's not required here. I'm just displaying the first table data. Loop at before loop will write if ITVBAK is not initial, then only will display. Otherwise, else we have to write message sales header data is not found. Okay, else block is done. Now we have to write loop at IT underscore VBAK into work area VBAK. Have to write work area VBAK hyphen. I think we have. I already copied few fields now, so in this format we can display fast. We can write the coding fastly. You have to understand these techniques and all. Since I copied from here, na same thing I copied horizontal, vertically we can paste it. That is why I write work area hyphen and I just click on Control D to copy the lines line by line. Then I paste and I just added commas. So finally we have to clear work area VBAK. Check S underscore VBELN. Message, we have to write type of the message. Type error. Okay, all the errors are clear. Activate the report. F8. Okay, I'm not providing anything. If we execute, we'll get all the sales orders. All 10,000 sales order on display here because we didn't give any input. If you're not giving any input on the select options, it will consider all the content. Okay, you can see all the columns are displayed here. So we'll write headings also for this. Just open new session. VBAK display. Okay. Mandate VBLN we have. We were discussed like at first, right? At first, I can write headings here. First one is client. And sales document. created by year and name. We can also display this line below. Okay. Then net value. Here we should write comma for everywhere. Next one SPART. Okay, this is division SPART. Then I need to write VKGRP, which is the sales group. Then we have a sales office. VKBUR it is, which is a sales office. Okay. Sales group and sales office. We have adjusted these fields because headings are different, size is different. Client 3 characters is fine. Sales document, how many characters? 10 characters. So here 3 plus 1 space 4, 4 plus 10, 14. After that, created on will come 15. Okay. So we have to consider this 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 15 plus 10, 25. After 26, created by should come. So when you're adjusting here, we should adjust from here also, because headings are overlapping the actual value. So we have to adjust content now. Both should be matched. Created by the person 12 characters. This is okay. So we just need to add 12 characters. Okay. 26 plus 12, 38 plus 39. In bottom, we don't need to adjust. Okay. Net value. Net value, what is the heading? NETRR. Say 15 characters. That is also no need to adjust. 39 plus 15, 53, right? 54. 54 plus 1 space 55. Okay. So division, we have to consider 2 characters. This one we should adjust based on the heading. 4, 6, 7, 8. 8 plus 53, 63 plus 4, 64. 1 space. So here we have to adjust now, because heading is overlapping the content. Next, last one, sales group. Or not here. 64. Okay, this is fine. Last one, sales group. That is 3 characters. But here we have 7 characters. 4 characters we have to adjust. 64 plus 7. 71 plus space 72. I have to write like this. Okay, bottom also we have to adjust. Here we have to close at first and we have to close end at. Okay. Apply pretty filter. Check this and activate. Understood, guys? This adjustment of characters. Why we are mentioning here also, because here the date is 8 characters, but created on it is more than 8 characters. That is why we increase the size in both places. Okay, just execute. Again, execute. We'll see whether data is coming properly. I think sales document created on it is 1 character. We have to, okay, this is fine. Created by, that is also same line. Net value is coming here. Okay, net value also fine. Division is wrong. Sales group also fine. Sales office also fine. Only division is wrong. We have to adjust that division. Net value, everything is fine. Net value, after net value 55. Okay, here we have to adjust. For division, what is the size of net value here? 15 characters. That is mentioned properly. Heading we still yet to be modified. 60, we have to write 60, 69, 77. Okay, so division, still one character we have to adjust. Same thing we have to adjust here. Net value is fine. Date wise it is fine. This is division. This is fine. Here we have to adjust 70, 78. Or we can write short names, short headings. Okay, if that is not feasible. Okay, division you can see is coming same line. Sales group is sales office fine. Net value is fine because column from this range is 15 characters now from here to here. This is in the same starting place only, but this all we have to write, adjust it. Okay, so headings are displayed. Now only we implemented first report only. We have to implement in next report. Okay, just writing uline format color 5. I've just reset the format color 5. So it's coming total. Should not be, sorry.
Format resets.
Format reset. Format reset. Okay. Now it is coming for heading. Okay. Now this is fine. Now here this is a sales documents, right? 4969. This is all the sales document. I wanted to see the items of this sales document. 5,000. For this 5,000 we have a sales document. Okay, 1 second, guys. Here there is no space before created by. It is not coming. One line space should come. Created on. Okay. Problem with the text. We considered 8 characters for created on. Okay. But here when it comes to the output scenario, last time also we saw it for material data also. When it comes to the output, actual date length is 8 characters. When it comes to output, this dot is also added. So it considers as a 10 characters. Due to that only our calculation is wrong now. So created also we have to change one space. Okay, 16. Here 27, 40, 62. 71, 79. Here 27. Okay. So now sequence created on is same. One line space is there. Space is there. Everything is started. Okay. Okay. So this is a basic list display. Now I need to see the items of this 5000 or 4990 or 4976. Okay. I wanted to see these items of this. If I double click this 5000, it's not going to the next report. I wanted to see the next report of this item details. Okay. So for that one, we are using first event called at line selection. Okay. So we can write here after this 77 line, write the event called at line selection. Okay. So here we have to write the second report logic. So what is the input for second report? What are the value we are double click like 5000. It is the input for second report. Okay. So what is second report? Second table which we supposed to use here, item table consider of second list we supposed to call VBAP table. Okay. Select. Here also I'm just creating structure. So structure should be in the declaration area. Or we can, yeah, we need to create here structure. Go to the pattern, structures with VBAP. I'll select mandate VBLN item material. Okay. Here also we have net amount. Material number, material group. We can display that. Unit of measure. Target quantity we can display. Yeah, ARKTS description of material. Net amount will come on next page. Yeah, here we can select net value of the individual product. Just click on copy. TY. Okay. Types. For this also we have to create internal table and work area. Okay, TY VBAP. Type table of TY VBAP. Here also work area we have to create TY VBAP. The reference of TY VBAP. Okay. So here I'm just filtering those fields from the second table. I'll press Alt and copy these fields. Click on copy. We're going to read these fields from VBAP table into table IT underscore VBAP. We should have the where condition, right? Where VBLN equals to which sales order we have to pass, whatever is there in the first table line. Suppose if you double click on so 35 line, in 35 line there is some sales order, right? That sales order we supposed to pass here. Now how to read that 35 line? We should use the hide technique. Are you guys able to see this line number 88? We are using clear. Okay. So before clear or instead of clear also we can use hide work area VBAP. So if you use this hide in the loop, so every line when we are printing, that line will be stored in this hide technique line by line. So that line will be captured by using site abx. That is a system variable site abx. Based on the site abx, this hide will capture the site abx and this record also will store. So whenever you double click, this outline selection will read that particular line using this hide in the background. That particular line will transfer as a work area. Now we can use that work area VBAK. VBAK is the first table hyphen VBLN. So what are the VBLN we double click, that VBLN will transfer here. The same data we are, okay. passing to second select query. Now, once we read the data, ITVBAP is potential, we can display the data. Okay, VBAP. We wanted to display this many fields. Clear okay area, VBAP, and low. Else also we have to write item data is not found for the selected sales document. If there is no item data, we will be displaying this message. Click on save, check, and activate. Which output we are displaying here? Okay, at first, right? After 20 characters or after 30 characters, sales item information, color 4, and that. Okay, headings will write later. Sales item information. Okay. Next, see the output. Are you able to see this first output here? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Now I wanted to see this 5,000 items. Okay, so you can double click here. Double click on the 5,000. You can see the 4 items here. Are you able to see sales item information? First item, second, third, 4 items.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
If I go back, I want to see the items of 4988. You don't need to double click on the sales document only. You can double click on in this line anywhere. I can double click on this 1010. It's the same line, but we are using in second select query, we are using only sales document only. Okay, if I double click here also, it will display 4988 only. Here also we have 4 items. This is the old information for everything. We have same items only. You come down. Here we have 11,736 sales document number. If I double click, we have only 1 item here. Okay. Headings we didn't write for second report. If you write headings, headings also will come. 14,678. I want to see the line item. This is a line item. M12 is a material, and we can see the material description here, unit of measure, total amount, net amount, and all. Is this understood how we create this 2 reports? Second is list. We have only this item data only. It can be any kind of combination, not always sales header data and item data. It can be delivery header, delivery item, or we can create sales organization and based on the sales organization, we can see what are the sales done. Based on the sales group, we can see the sales orders. Based on the vendors, we can create the sales purchase orders and all. Input can be anything. Here header field is the input. Sales header is the input, and we are just seeing the item data. From here now, I wanted to see this material information. So we can create one more report. Okay. Let's see here. So since we are getting one more report, this should be height. We have to make this as a height. Because we are going to create third report. When it's a third report, second report also should be. So when we are creating third report, event should be same. But how can we segregate this data? We have some field called system variable called list index system less int equals to 1. Then display this information, because in the PPT slide I was mentioned that list numbers will start from 1 to 20. Basic list will be 0. That is this one. This is the first one. Okay, this will be 0. And after outline selection, it will start from 1 to 20. So this will be the first one. I'm writing else part, else if this list index equals to 2. Here I'll display material report. Okay. Now in material report, I'm just writing here select single star from Mara into work area Mara. Where MATNR equals to work area VBAP. Second table report is the VBAP hyphen MATNR. It's not okay. Into work area, we have to declare the work area in the top. This work area for Mara with the reference of table, not the structure. I'm not creating any structure. Directly I'll take table. Here work area Mara MATNR we declare. From where this material is coming? This is coming from second report. Here you can see the MATNR. So this material I'm taking as input for third report. If this material is available, if it is size above C, we don't need internal table initial because we don't have internal table, only work area we have. And if I'm just displaying, directly I'll display the material MATNR, work area Mara, MTRT, work area Mara, MEINS. Material information. Is it okay? So execute. Okay, so I'm just going this 5000. Here we have material M17. I want to see material details. Double click. You can see material type, unit of measure. This is third report. Understood, guys? From here again, if you want to go next report, we can link with last time we used material type, right? T134 table. You can write one more list here. Else if system list index equal to 3, use this material type and pass it to T134 and read the data and display the data also. We can create multiple chains like that till report number 20, list number 20, secondary list. Is this understood how to implement interactive report? Don't consider this report. Okay, this report can be customized because I didn't write headings also, but we know how to write headings, right? Only you need to understand how outline selection is working, how this list field is working, and how this hide technique is working. Okay, reports can be anything. You might get different requirement. You might get different tables, different fields and all. This and all we know how to display, how to read data, how to write select query, how to write this if condition that we already discussed. Only this report we saw that outline selection event and hide technique and this system list index field.
Sure, a small doubt.
Yes.
Come bottom of the report.
Yes.
Code. Maybe you told, and after this write /10, what is the impact of this 10?
10 means okay. after 10 from left to, okay, here also I mentioned 30
Okay.
characters. Now. I'm
Okay,
just
okay, got it. Yeah.
moving 10 characters. After 10 characters, I'm displaying output.
Okay, got it.
So it's a character wise output will consider. Now we are just skipping 10 characters. If I go here, 5000. Okay, this space we call as a 10 characters. 2,
Yeah, got it.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this space we call as a 10 characters. Okay. So we want in center, now this we need to make it as a 50 characters to come as a center. I just give 30 characters here. That just for alignment purpose. Okay.
Hello.
Yes.
Sir, can you explain once again list index, sir?
Yes. So we have, I'll go to the document. You can see this point, there are 21 lists we can create, right? For the interactive report. Okay, out of which first one is the basic list. Here, what is the basic list? That sales order is the basic list, which is the number is 0. Okay. And remaining list, we can create 20 lists total. Total 21. Out of 21, this is the count of the pages. Okay. Count is a 21, but range is 0 to 20. 0 considered as one report, 1, 2, 3, 4, everything considered one report. Total 21, but range wise 0 to 20. Okay, so 0, 1 you can ignore. These are basic list. Now in the second list, all this 1 to 20 comes under outline selection event. Okay, there is a event, right? This is a event. All 20 reports will come under this event, but we need to segregate the reports, right? So here material sales item is one report and material is one more report. Both are secondary list only, but we should display in the sequence, right?
Yes, sir.
Prasanna, you only asked the query. Jayanti.
Jane.
Yeah. So this should be displayed in the sequence. So after sales header, what should come? Sales item should come. Okay. If you increase
Yes.
one more report, okay, we have 20 lists, right? If you display one more report, then you have to make it as a 3. This is 2 report. Material is a 2 and item is a 1. And if you create one more report, you have to create else if. Not only else if, we can use case statement also. We have to segregate. This is the third report, like fourth report, you have to write like that. If there is a third report, you have to segregate again. Because otherwise all will be executed at a time. It's up which one supposed to display. System also will confuse which supposed to display. We have to segregate one by one. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, sir.
Yeah. Okay. And we have multiple headings, right? We are displaying using within the loop only. Tomorrow I'll show how to convert these headings under top of this during line selection. Okay. So now I'm
Hello?
expecting you can create this kind of report for purchase orders. I'll give you the tables here, EKKO, EKPO, and the material report. We can use same format. EKKO, EKPO, MARA. Same format. Same fields also there in both tables, EKKO, EKPO. Only instead of VBLN, we have a EBLN. First letter will change. You can use these 3 tables and implement similar kind of report. Okay. Did you got my ping?
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can use these 3 tables.
MM tables, right?
Yes, these all MM tables. Now we use the sales tables,
Yeah.
SD tables, and MM tables. EKKO, EKPO also same. We have the same kind of fields. Only this EBL instead of VBLN, field will be EBLN. We can use same format and we can implement similar kind of report. Okay, and third one is same MARA table, MARA only. We can use same table. First 2 tables will change. EKKO, then EKPO, then Mara table.
We'll try.